I'm on a mission to find the best off-meta teams, and I think I may have found something truly outstanding, and it involves Mega Heracross. So today, I'll go over the team, how it works, show you some games with it, and at the end, I'll share the replica code with you, so you can try it for yourself. Okay, so starting off with Mega Heracross. For the stat allocation, we go max HP, max attack with 2 points in defense with an adamant nature. This gives Heracross the maximum amount of bulk possible with the highest amount of attack possible. And because of a tech that we're running that I'll show you later on, we don't want much speed on this Pokemon. Now you could run, instead of HP, you could put your points maybe spread throughout defense or special defense if you want to, but I found that this works really, really well. For the ability, we're running Moxie. This is in case you don't have to Mega Evolve Heracross just before you attack, but I haven't found a use case for that yet. I always Mega Evolve before I attack. The reason for this is because we're running both Pin Missile and Rock Blast on this Pokemon. And once Heracross Mega Evolves, these attacks are guaranteed to hit 5 times each. So they become absolutely devastating for our opponents. Pin Needle is good for stab damage and works into like dark and psychic types if you just need to like sort of out damage them. Close Combat gives you some further stab, but it also gives you a super effective damage into steel types like a Chaludon before it gets an opportunity to set up. Same with King Gambit, it really deals to King Gambit. Rock Blast is for dealing with your pesky fire types and flying types, and specifically really good into Charizard Y. Protect is just to survive so that we can set up our strategy, which I'll break down with the next Pokemon, but it just means that you can stall out turns, you can bait attacks, you can use your other Pokemon to set up what you need to set up. Protect is just really good, it's the best move in the game. Next up, and the linchpin of this team, is Runerigus. Now, I haven't seen many teams running this Pokemon, but I've found it really enjoyable to sort of utilize it and see how it goes. Now, I'm running a max HP, max defense, 2 points in special defense with a careful nature, boosting our special defense a little bit further. You could swap the defense for special defense if you feel like you're getting hit too often by things like Gengar, things like Meganium, and just getting one shot. But for now, this has worked really well for me. What makes Runerigus so good is it's a bulky Trick Room setter running the Leftovers item. Leftovers means that we just sustain for a very long time. We can set up Trick Room turn 1 while protecting with Heracross, and because we haven't invested any speed, we're generally going to be the first thing to move under Trick Room. We've got Rock Slide for a little bit of extra coverage into things like Charizard if we just in case we need it. We got Will-O-Wisp for helping deal with things like Sneasler and Garchomp if we need to burn them out of the game. And then Stealth Rock this could be a lot of different moves, but this one's just here for any team that wants to sort of like pivot in and pivot out, pivot in, pivot out. So like Incineroar, Rotoms, usually those types of Pokemon can pivot in and out quite easily. This helps you with that. Next up on the team is Toxapex. For Toxapex, we're running max HP, max defense with a little bit of special defense and a special defense boosting nature. This gives Toxapex maximum survivability while also allowing it to sort of just absorb damage as our opponent throws it at us. We're running the Regenerator ability on Toxapex. This means that when we switch it out and bring it back in, it gets a free heal, which is really good for why we're using this Pokemon. But we are using this Pokemon as a sort of like just a disruptor in this team. So we're running Baneful Bunker. That's our version of Protect. If our opponent's move makes physical contact, it will poison them. We also run Toxic for when we want to Toxic stall teams. I've had 2 times so far where I've just Toxic stalled people out of the game. Venoshock for if we do get a poison up, we can deal some extra chip damage, or if we just need some extra chip on top, we can use Venoshock for that. But the real bread and butter of this Pokemon is Wide Guard. This protects us from heat waves, this protects us from eruptions, this protects us from blizzards. It just really does a good job at shutting down, and there's not a huge amount of Pokemon with Wide Guard, so it really is a good Pokemon into this team. For the item, we are running a Mental Herb. The Mental Herb allows us to ignore Encore or Taunt 1 time, and obviously with this loadout, we don't really want to be spamming Venoshock. We sort of want to be like Baneful Bunkering, Wide Guarding, using Toxic, only Venoshocking when we need to. So we really don't want to get Encored, and we really don't want to get Taunted. So we're just running that for now, but you could run something else on this Pokemon if you want to. Next up is one of my favorite Pokemon of the off-meta teams that I've built so far. So Trevenant is very quickly becoming one of my faves. Trevenant is so good. We're running max HP, 14 defense, 20 special defense with an impish nature, boosting our defense a little bit further. We're using a citrus berry plus harvest on this Pokemon as I have in previous teams. That just means we can sustain for ages. The amount of times I've had like 3-4 citrus berries go off in a row, like each turn, is just unbelievable. It's so awesome. Just know that there is a chance for you to have a little bit of negative karma, and I did have like 2 whole games where like 10 turns went past and I didn't get a single citrus berry back from harvest. That happens, okay? But you'll get a citrus berry back, in my experience, more often than you don't. That's how it seems anyway. Will-O-Wisp is on here just in case we need a secondary shutter downer of physical type Pokemon. So, you know, your Sneasels, your Garchomps. We can Will-O-Wisp those if Runerigus goes down or we choose not to bring it for whatever reason. Sucker Punch helps deal with things like Gengar. It also helps deal with Psychic type Pokemon if we just need a little bit of extra damage into those, and you know, as long as they're attacking, it'll always go first. Protect allows us to stall out even longer and wait for more harvest procs. And Hornleech just gives us that little bit of extra damage and a little bit of healing, and it's especially good into things like ground types and water types. It actually does quite a decent amount of damage even though we have no attack investment, and heals us quite a bit, so it just keeps us on the field for longer. I am running Incineroar in this team. You guys know that I generally will include Incineroar if I need a fake out user. It's either Incineroar or Sneasler, and I think Incineroar in this team does a better job of it. We're running the bulky set that I always run. It's 32 HP, 1 attack, 23 defense, no special attack, 8 special defense, 1 speed with an impish nature. Now I have toyed around with the idea of playing this as an all-out physical attacker, okay? I have thought about that. I have decided that I want to try it at some stage, but right now I've got a 1500 VP. It's not enough for me to change this Pokemon, and I'm also using it in another project, another team that I'm working on at the moment, so I can't really change that out right now. For the ability, obviously we run Intimidate, and for the item we are running a Chople Berry. That Chople Berry will reduce fighting type damage once we get hit by it, which usually you get hit with a close combat or something. For the moves, it's Flare Blitz, Fake Out, Snarl, and Darkest Lariat, the usual. So Flare Blitz is to deal with your grass types, your Sinisters, you know, launch that into them and deal some serious damage. Fake Out to just stop our opponents from doing anything. Snarl is really good if we're running into special attackers and we just want to obliterate their special attack stat. Incineroar does a really good job at doing that, and then Darkest Lariat will help us to deal with things like Archelodon or Corviknight once they set up an iron defense or Archelodon stamina boost goes off. Darkest Lariat ignores the stat boost on our opponent, so it just really helps a lot with that. Last but certainly not least is Hisuian Goodra. For the Hisuian Goodra, we are running maximum HP, 2 defense, and 32 special attack with a quiet nature, boosting our special attack and lowering our speed. This is specifically for when we're under Trick Room. It works really, really well. I am using a Shell Bell on this Goodra. Now, to be honest with you, I'm not sure what the best item for this Goodra could be. I'm just running Shell Bell because I couldn't think of anything better. If you have something better that you would use on this Goodra, let me know in the comments. I think it'll be, you guys always have really good ideas, so I think you could probably prove me wrong here. I just couldn't find anything better. For the ability, I am running Shell Armor. That just means we can never get critical hit, which is awesome if we're running into like a ground type team and we just don't need to get crit. A crit will kill us, but a non-crit won't. It's just perfect. Or any other scenario where we just don't want to get crit. Flash Cannon gives us some sort of attacks into fairy type Pokemon, some super effective attacks into things like Floette, into things like Gardevoir if it Mega Evolves. Protect gives us just some survivability, some stall. Draco Meteor is just there to deal some seriously huge stab damage before we switch out. And then Muddy Water is specifically for if we run into like the Tyranitar Excadrill teams or anything else that might just be really weak to a Muddy Water, or they use moves that aren't 100% accurate, so we want to just like try and lower their accuracy a little bit more. For the matchups, I've found the most success overall leading Runerigus and Heracross. Most opponents won't have faced Runerigus, so usually they have no idea what it does. You can usually just protect Heracross and set up Trick Room for free. This strategy does work really well into Mega Charizard and also into things like Archelodon. It's also provided effective into teams running Sneasler, as you can set up Trick Room turn 1 and then launch Will-O-Wisp, reducing its damage output for the rest of the game. Into Garchomp cores, Runerigus and Trevenant has worked well for me, as we resist the Rock Slide and Earthquakes that they're usually going for, while setting up the Trick Room at the same time. Then Trevenant can Horn Leech away while Runerigus starts burning our opponents, reducing their damage output. Into Trick Room teams, I like to lead with Heracross and Toxapex and play for Toxic Stall. Rock Blast will one-hit KO the Torkoal, and Toxic will start dealing to whatever else comes onto the field. With that said, if you like these wacky off-meta teams, please let me know so I can work on building more. Let's get into the games, and future me will see you at the end. Okay, let's give this a try. He won't know what the hell's going on either. And that's fine. I have no idea what's going on here. Okay, he's on a 2-win streak. Okay, he does lead the Garchomp and the Talonflame. That's sort of what I was expecting from him. So for us, we do just protect here and set the Trick Room. And usually there's not a lot that our opponent can do against us when we are going for this angle. I mean, like, unless he doubles into the Runerigus or he goes for like an Ice Fang or something. Some sort of like weird tech on Garchomp. He could just like Brave Bird straight away or on the Talonflame. And we don't mind if he Brave Birds into the Runerigus or attacks into it, because then we lose the Wandering Spirit ability and we gain their ability, which just makes it really frustrating for our opponent. There's the Brave Bird. And there's the Earthquake. So that's not going to deal a huge amount into us. And we are going to get to set up the Trick Room here. That's beautiful. So what we will do now is, because we brought the Incineroar in the back, we will switch it in. And we will use Will-O-Wisp into the Garchomp slot. Yeah, because if he clicks Earthquake again, that's going to hurt. I was wondering, do I set up the Stealth Rocks here? Because I can see a switch coming. I don't know when he wouldn't switch here. But there's the attack drop. That's beautiful for us. Garchomp uses Protect. Okay, that's cool. There's a Protect. That's absolutely fine. So Stealth Rocks was the play here. Now I'm going to fake out the Talonflame. And now Garchomp knows that we got Will-O-Wisp, so he probably switches. So I'm going to set up the rocks. That's my thinking here. He's been intimidated. He knows that we have Will-O-Wisp now. He switches out the Talonflame. So now Talonflame is going to get really severely damaged. Unless this is Magic Bounce, and then that's going to be really bad for us. It wasn't, okay. It's Telepathy, okay, beautiful. Not a huge amount of damage there. Leftovers keep us strong. So what we can do is we can use Snarl here and start weakening that Gardevoir. I gotta check how many turns we have left on our Trick Room. That is really important here, that we just make sure we can set another one if we need to. We do have Goodra in the back who can take a hit, a Dazzling Gleam from this thing. And we do have Snarl and Incineroar, so that's going to be really, really beneficial to us if this Goodra wants to stay on the field. Oh, sorry, this Gardevoir. I think I might have seen Goodra there. Yeah, there's the Mega Evolution. So we're going to go for the Snarl here. This is my first time ever playing into Mega Gardevoir with this team. We land the Will-O-Wisp, so now we know that that thing's not going to deal that much damage. It's beautiful for us. We'll hit the Snarl. That was a crit or whatever. We get the special attack drop. That's awesome. Here's the Hyper Voice. Doesn't deal that much because of Snarl. And here is the Dragon Claw. Doesn't deal anything. And there is the Wandering Spirit onto you. Doesn't make any difference though, because I was hoping it was Rough Skin. But it wasn't. So what we can do here is we can Snarl and then switch in the Goodra. Or... yeah, I think I'm just going to Snarl and Rock Slide. I don't think I necessarily need to have... Runerigus survive here. So, because we could get a flinch as well. Oh, that's beautiful for us. There's the D-Claw. Does pretty much nothing. Do we have the ability to set up Trick Room here? I don't know if we will survive this one. I gotta go for it. I gotta go for it. I don't think I can win against that Talonflame without it. There's the Rock Slide. Does absolutely nothing. Don't flinch me. Don't flinch me. A crit? Well, that did nothing. Hyper Voice. Oh, yes, this is beautiful. This is so huge now. Because we get a free switch into Heracross. Heracross deletes Gardevoir. Or we could go Goodra. I'm going to go in the Goodra angle here. I'm going to go on the Goodra angle here. Now, I'm thinking we could go for Muddy Water, or we could just Flash Cannon this. I'm going to try and get the double KO, so I'm going to go for Muddy Water plus Rock Slide. I don't think we kill the Garchomp, though. Does he just stall one turn here? Does the Rock Slide connect on the Gardevoir? It does. And does the Muddy Water connect on the Gardevoir? It does. Okay, we got one KO. Now, what can he bring in here? He's got no Mega Pokemon left. He's got no Mega left. We heal back up a little bit of HP. Whatever he brings in, as long as it's not Talonflame, we can burn it. It's a physical attacker. What could it be? It's Sneasler. Okay. We got hit by the pointed stones. We just protect here. And we're just going to burn that thing as well. I don't know if I needed to protect. I'm sort of just like, I don't want to take any fake out damage, so... Someone's spamming me. Sorry, it's my daughter, so... I will, she wants to give me a phone call, so I will be calling her after this game. This is really important shit right now. This is serious shit, boys. There's the Will-O-Wisp, and it lands. Incredibly frustrating for our opponent here. This is incredibly frustrating for our opponent. Goes for the declaw, and he knows without a crit, he ain't killing this thing, bro. He knows without a crit, he ain't killing this thing. We're slowly burning away. So now, here's the thing. We don't want to die to a close combat, do we? So I'm just going to go for a Draco Meteor here and a Rock Slide. I could have switched out, but this guy really, he must be getting so frustrated at this Runerigus by now that he's like, I just want to get out of this. I just want to kill this Runerigus. He goes for a double protect. Okay, okay, I see you, I see you. I see you. I'm going to deal to you, though. I'm going to deal to this. Like, how many turns of Trick Room we got left? It's pretty easy here. I'm just chilling. I mean, you're not dealing any damage. I think we got one turn of Trick Room left. Yeah, one turn of Trick Room left. So as long as Goodra survives... As long as Goodra survives to handle the Talonflame, it's all that really matters, because he's probably going for close combat. I'm gonna go for an aggressive read. This might be throwing the game away a little bit here. I'm going for an aggressive read that he's going to close combat that to try and remove it. Oh my god, he went for Dragon Claw. Oh my god. Got him! I'm just going to bring that Runerigus back in now. All I'm really doing here right now is I'm just stalling turns. I'm just really stalling out a lot of turns now. Like, he could Dragon Claw into this slot and close combat me. Or he could go for something completely different. He could Die Claw this slot. I don't know. He goes for close combat. Doesn't affect me. Goes for the Dragon Claw. Doesn't kill me. I get Wandering Spirit back. Heal up due to leftovers. Hurt by the burn. Hurt by the burn. Okay, now what we're going to do is we are going to try and set another Trick Room really aggressively, because he knows he can't let me... He knows he can't let me set Trick Room. And I'm going to use Rock Blast into the Sneasler slot. He knows he can't let me set Trick Room again. But if he does, I don't mind. Because I got Muddy Water spam coming out. The reason I'm attacking into Sneasler is because I want to get him in range of either the burn, the death to burn, or I want to get him in range of Muddy Water. Those are my two, like, sort of outs here. I got to deal to Sneasler while Goodra's alive, because Goodra is my only way to deal with Talonflame. There's a Dire Claw, does absolutely nothing. And I get your Unburden. Thank you. Dragon Claw doesn't KO. Oh my goodness, you deal no damage, boy. You deal absolutely nothing. Oh yeah, it's over. Set up the Trick Room. Leftovers heals all that damage right back, pretty much. Oh my god, he'll be getting so frustrated right now. I would be getting so frustrated if I was the opponent. And then I just protect. I mean, there's literally no reason for me to attack with Heracross this turn. There's literally zero reason. I kind of don't want the Unburden from the Sneasel if I'm thinking about it, because what if he has knockoff? I mean, what are you going to do, bro? You're going to try and stall the game out for time? I'm going to play my moves real quick. Ouch. This is going to hurt. Oof. Yeah. That hurts. I mean, what? Is he just stalling out the game for time or what? Talonflame dodged it. Okay. So we are just going to use a Rock Slide. Plus... I gotta switch into Goodra here. I have to switch into Goodra because I think I get one shot by Brave Bird. Is that bad though? Would that actually have been bad, because does he kill himself if he kills me with Brave Bird? Not sure. Might have been better just to attack here, actually. Talonflame does have Protect. I mean, he's literally just trying to stall the timer out now. It seems, but I'm going to play my turns as quick as possible. Oh, and we got the Rock Slide. See you later. Sayonara. And we're going to win this one because there's nothing Sneasel can do. There's nothing the Sneasel can do. He's literally trying to run down the timer. It's so good. It's okay, man. I do it too, bro. I sometimes run down the timer. See ya! GG, and that's how the team works, guys. Alright, game 2. What have we got? What has our opponent got for us? Okay. Meowstic, God of War. We could lead Runerigus and Heracross here. I don't think we're toxic stalling this guy. Trevenant's pretty decent, but so is Incineroar. And so is Goodra, actually. I might bring Goodra and Incineroar in the back. What? Oh, sometimes this happens. This will load us back in. Okay. This is what I decided, right? Okay. He must have got kicked too. Because his said standing by. Maybe not. Maybe he got let in, and it was just me. It's happened to me a couple of times. I don't know if that happens to you guys, where you just get booted off. Meowstic, God of War lead. Trace my Moxie. Go for a Protect into a Trick Room. I have to try it. Because he probably Psychic Terrain plus... He probably just goes Psychic Terrain plus Expanding Force here. And I don't know if Runerigus can survive it, but we should be fine. Incineroar comes in, Meowstic uses Protect, that's fine. Heracross uses Protect, that's also fine. Trick Room comes out. So he's probably going to use Fake Out here. Let's switch into our own Incineroar. can set up Stealth Rocks. Oh my god, he's going for the one shot into the Runerigus, maybe? There's a Stealth Rock, so you can't just freely switch in and out now. Yeah, so he's going for the one shot. Doesn't pick it up. Not even close. And we get Intimidate, that drops his attack again. We can start attacking into his Meowstic and firing off Rock Slides. Rain Dance, okay. I mean, I wasn't going to Flare Blitz anyway. Does even less damage than the first time. He's got a Culber Berry, okay. So we know another one of those KOs. Withdraws the Meowstic for the Sneasler. Alright, he gets hit with the Pointed Stones. We miss the Incineroar with the Rock Slide. That's really unfortunate. Goes for Darkest Lariat into that slot. Okay. We go for Darkest Lariat into that slot. And we're probably going to get hit with a Fake Out, so we can just switch into Goodra or a Close Combat. And we will Will-O-Wisp the Sneasler to reduce its damage here. Okay, he did not switch. We missed the Will-O-Wisp, bro. That is not good. That is not good at all. And we get KO'd by the Close Combat. Incineroar comes back in. Intimidate. We can definitely Fake Out the Sneasler, and we have to try and set up another Trick Room. We can't win without it. But this is looking grim. This is looking real grim. We hit the Fake Out. Do we die to a Darkest Lariat? We might just survive. Oh man, bummer. That was after another attack drop too. That is a real bummer. We will go for both sides here. If we had landed that Will-O-Wisp, maybe we would have won this one. Maybe. Because we probably would have lived the Close Combat. Okay, we're going for a Rock Blast into that slot anyway. Trace down Moxie again. Okay, Chopple Berry will reduce the damage that deals. Plus he's weakened by Intimidate, so that's kind of fine for us. We should be able to pick up a KO even under rain now. That's not gonna KO. Oh my god, the last one crit, that's actually massive for us. Wait, we might be able to win this if we pick this up. Oh my lord, we did. We got another crit. Oh my gosh. We are so lucky this game. We missed the Will-O-Wisp, but we got it back in other ways. Rain's gone. Now, we're gonna be faster than Incineroar, I think. Now we can use Fake Out should he want to. If he fakes us out, do we die to Meowstic? That's the real question. I don't think so. I'm gonna go for a Rock Blast into this slot. In case he decides to go for the Flare Blitz angle. He might just fake us out and attack into it. It's pretty safe. Oh, he did not. He did not. Oh my lord. Is this Citrus Berry 2, 3, 4, 5? Will Snarl KO from this range? Will it KO from this range? 7%? We missed. And we lived. And he kills himself and we win. Oh my word, dude. Oh my word. GG. And that's the second game, guys. Sometimes you just need a little bit of luck. But the team works. It's really fun. Give it a try. And future me will see you like in 1 second. Thanks for watching. If you liked this one, you'll probably like the team I made around Mega Gallade 2, which will be on screen somewhere for you now. I've also included the replica team code for you on screen if you want to try this one for yourself. Give it a try. It's really fun. It's not the best, but it is fun.